d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3, d5, g3, bishop e7, bishop g2, castle kingside, castle kingside, d takes c4, queen c2, a6, a4, bishop d7, bishop g5, bishop c6, e3, knight b d7, knight b d2, h6, bishop takes f6, knight takes f6, knight takes c4, bishop e4, queen e2, bishop b4, rook fd1, queen d5, rook ac1, rook fd8, knight ce5, rook ac8, knight d3, bishop f8, knight fe1, bishop takes g2, knight takes g2, queen b3, queen c2, queen takes c2, rook takes c2, a5, rook dc1, c6, knight ge1, knight d5, knight f3, h5, knight d2, knight b4, knight takes b4, bishop takes b4, knight c4, f6, h3, king f7, king g2, rook g8, b3, rook cd8, rook f1, g5, g4, rook h8, knight b2, h takes g4, h takes g4, rook h4, king f3, rook h3, check, king e2, rook h4, rook g1, bishop e7, knight d3, rook d5, rook b2, rook d7, rook b1, king g6, rook bc1, rook d8, rook b1, rook d7, rook h1, rook takes h1, rook takes h1, rook d8, f4, Bishop d6. F takes g5. F takes g5. King f3. King g7. King e4. Bishop e7. Knight e5. Rook d5. Rook f1. Bishop f6. Knight d3. Bishop e7. Knight e5. Bishop f6. Knight c4. Bishop d8. Rook b1. Bishop c7. b4. A takes b4. Rook takes b4. b5. Knight b2. Bishop a5. Rook b3. King f6. Knight d3. B takes a4. Rook a3. Rook b5. Rook takes a4. King g7. Rook c4. King f6. Rook takes c6. Rook b6. Rook c5. Bishop b4. Rook c1. Bishop d6. Rook f1 check. King e7. Rook h1. Rook a6. Rook h7 check. King f6. Rook h6 check. King f7. Knight e1. Bishop f8. Rook h5. Bishop e7. Knight f3. King g6. Rook h1. Bishop f6. Rook c1. Rook a3. Rook c6. King f7. Rook b6. Rook a5. Knight e1. Rook a1. Knight d3. Rook g1. Knight e5 check. King e7. Rook b7 check. King e8. Knight d7. King f7. Knight c5 check. Bishop e7. King e5. Rook takes g4. Knight takes e6. Rook g3. e4. g4. D5. Rook A3. Knight D4. King F8. D6. Rook A5.
check,
King E6. Bishop takes D6.